What is up, DTube Steam blockchain? So today I want to talk a little bit about my math behind what I think a DTC token is worth, or what it should be worth. Now I'll talk about what it is worth for me, comparing and being in the crypto industry a long time and kind of seeing what I think about things. So I'm just gonna say it instantly. So I think a DTC token, for me personally, internally, it's worth around $30 per DTC token. And how I arrive at that math is quite simple. So first of all, we have 4 million DTC tokens. Now that is only if all the 2 million people claim those 2 million DTCs that is in the DTC airdrop that goes out to content creators, maybe just 1 million claim. Then we're down to 3 million. Okay, so what is that? That's like, so let's just count on the 4 million DTC. Okay, let's compare it to Hive or Steam total supply. So they have 346 million tokens, or 348 million tokens. That is around 87x more tokens. So DTC token already from the start is 87x more scarce than a Hive token or a Steam token in relative like network power. So one DTC token mainnet is like the same relative network power as 87 Hive or 87 Steam. And you should remember, I paid $7,000 for 1,300 Steam in January 2018. That was kind of fun. So, and that would be around, what is that, like 15 DTC mainnet? It's kind of cool, man. So, okay, so $30 DTC. I don't think it's gonna trade it at the moment, but when I look at it from the long-term perspective, I think it should kind of gravitate towards those places or higher. And how I kind of arrive at that is basically, okay, so if we take that concept that it's 87x more scarce, and we know that the Hive token, okay, now it's actually being traded for higher than 10 cents. But let's play with the idea of that it's just for simple purposes. Let's say a Hive token is 10 cents. Okay, so 87x more scarce is 87x more scarce DTC token. That means that the value should be 87x higher. If we assume that people would pay the same amount for the same amount of relative network influence, that puts us at $8.7 per DTC token. Okay, then you would get the same kind of power. So if you had an $8.7 DTC or a 10 cents Hive token, if you're buying them, you would get the same relative network power influence. Okay, so we are that's almost like $10, right? Already from the start, and people are very people don't complain about buying a 10-cent Hive. They're actually pretty happy about it. They probably would even be happy to pay 30 cents for a Hive token. So if they're willing to do that, then they should also then be willing to pay $8.7 for one DTC token, because it's the same relative network power as one Hive token at 10 cents. So the reason why I move a little bit higher is because I think, so $30 DTC token, how I have that in my head, is because I think it's a way superior product than Hive and Steam, because it has better voting power system, so much better, and that it focuses on video creators. So I think that already would naturally eventually bring a 3x higher value than the simple stuff that Hive and Steam is doing. And that puts us at $30 DTC. And I remember also, like, if I compare, like, I remember Steam in early 2018. I remember $5 or like $8 DTC, or at least remember $5 DTC. Or no, I mean Steam token. I remember $5 Steam token in January 2018. I remember posting my first video on YouTube and it got like $150 and I was just like, wow, this is amazing. And when I run the math, it's like when I run the math, so I remember $5 Steam, and that was with way higher supply, like way higher supply, 87x more. Okay, and if Steam could do $5, why wouldn't you be able to do that and more with a better blockchain and full focus on video and content creators, a better product, a better brand? Why wouldn't you be able to outperform that? So we have faster computers, we have faster smartphones, we have smarter humans, we have a stronger community that more have visions, that have seen failures and successes, especially in this industry. So everything is kind of better. So why wouldn't the price also would even be better, right? So that is why I say $30 DTC. I mean, in the long term, I think it can go way higher, you know. But it's like, I still like this kind of, I still want people to kind of understand what it is that they're getting in this DTC airdrop. That you're getting something that can be worth a lot. Can also go to zero, of course. I mean, it all depends on community moderation and how people interacting with something. No guarantees ever in the crypto industry. But my math kind of brings me to $30 DTC. Because it's like, you know, everything's just better. We have more real video creators, better voting power system, so much faster smartphones. So my smartphone, for example, 12 gigs of RAM, 108 megapixel camera. And now I don't even include that in a few years, we're going to have even better smartphones. They're going to be even more powerful. And then we can do even better stuff. So why wouldn't, you know, so that is why I kind of bring it to, well, $30 DTC kind of seems to make sense. We've seen so many other tokens way higher, with way higher supply, and with the worse, way worse product. So it's really like, and I think a big part what makes a token valuable is that you have some level of integrity to a project, and that is what I've seen. So I followed D2 for 2 years, and I've always been impressed by the integrity. The leadership, I think, has been really amazing, and I think